Welcome back to Splendid Tales, where karma doesn't whisper, it roars. Today's story begins inside a glittering luxury car showroom, the kind where money smells like arrogance and the floor shines like a mirror. A young black woman walks in, dressed in soft cream and quiet confidence, the type that doesn't need noise to command attention. But to one salesman, a man named Rick, she was invisible until she became his target. He looked her over and smirked. "Ma'am," he said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "this isn't a charity shop." The laughter from his coworkers echoed through the glass walls. She said nothing, just looked at him, calm as a still lake. "Oh, you're serious?" Rick chuckled. "Let me guess, you saw one of these cars on TikTok and thought you could just buy one, huh?" Other customers turned, pretending not to watch, but couldn't look away. "Tell you what," he added, tossing a smirk, "I'll let you sit in one, just so you can post a selfie for your followers." His coworkers snickered. Still, she didn't flinch. She only smiled, faint and knowing, as though she was watching a child dig his own grave. If you're already hooked, hit that like button and subscribe because this is only the beginning. The showroom was alive with laughter, the kind that cuts deeper than words. Rick strutted around like a peacock, waving his hand toward the cars. "This one here," he said, tapping the hood of a silver coupe, "costs more than your entire life savings, sweetheart." His tone was sharp, cruel, and deliberate. The woman only folded her arms, her eyes never leaving his face. Calm, unreadable, patient. "Look, I don't mean to be rude," Rick added, pretending concern, "but these cars aren't for, well, people who walk in here." His coworkers tried to stifle laughter. He was enjoying the attention too much, feeding off their amusement like a parasite. But the moment he reached for the keys, she finally spoke, her voice low and graceful. "You've said a lot for someone who doesn't know who he's talking to." That made him laugh harder. "Oh, come on. You're not an influencer, are you? Because if you're making a video, this will go viral for sure." The crowd chuckled again, but something about her tone froze the air. It was the stillness before lightning strikes. She smiled politely, took out her phone, and made a single call. No yelling, no threats, just one quiet sentence. "Tell the regional manager to come downstairs." And that's when Rick's grin began to fade. If you're enjoying this wicked twist so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Splendid Tales. Trust me, it's about to explode. Within minutes, the mood in the showroom shifted. The glass doors slid open, and in walked a tall man in a crisp navy suit. The regional manager himself, face unreadable, steps heavy with authority. "Who made the call?" he asked. Rick puffed his chest out, trying to regain his swagger. "It was her," he said, pointing. "Apparently, she wants a manager because I told her the truth." The manager's eyes darted to the woman and instantly softened. "Miss Daniels?" he said, almost in disbelief. I I didn't know you were visiting today." Rick blinked. The air froze. "Wait," he stammered. "You know her?" The woman smiled faintly. "Know me?" she said. "I'm one of the major investors in your parent company." The silence hit like a car crash. The crowd's amusement drained away, replaced by awkward tension. Rick's smirk dissolved as his own coworkers stepped back from him, suddenly uninterested in his jokes. The manager's tone hardened. "Rick, do you realize what you've just done?" Rick stuttered. "Sir, I didn't, she didn't look like." But his excuse crumbled under the weight of his own words. The woman took a slow step forward, calm but commanding. "Respect," she said, "isn't something you give based on how someone looks. It's something you carry inside." Her voice wasn't loud, but it echoed through every corner of the room. If you're still watching, hit that like button because Karma's final act is coming next. The room stood frozen as the manager turned toward Rick, his face pale as marble. "You humiliated an investor," he said quietly, the kind of quiet that's more dangerous than shouting. "You embarrassed this company in front of witnesses. Pack your things." Rick's mouth opened, then closed again. His confidence had evaporated, his face was gray, his hands shaking. "Sir, please, one mistake," he begged, his voice cracking like glass. The woman didn't interrupt. She simply watched him, her expression unreadable, her silence louder than judgment. The other employees avoided eye contact, pretending to be busy polishing cars that no longer mattered. Rick's laughter from earlier now sounded like the ghost of a man who didn't know when to shut up. When security arrived to escort him out, the crowd that once giggled at his cruelty parted in silence. As he walked past her, eyes downcast, she said softly, "Respect costs nothing, but ignorance always has a price." He froze. not because of the words, but because they hit deeper than any slap could. Outside, the sun blazed against the glass as she calmly walked to her car, a black luxury sedan parked right in front, the same brand, the same logo. Only this time, she was behind the wheel. And as she drove away, the world learned a lesson it keeps forgetting. Arrogance never wins, but dignity always does. This has been Splendid Tales. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More tales of karma are on the way.